As promised, we're going to Winnipeg, and I literally have to pinch myself for the Bomber Parade. Andrew Paterson joins us from TSN 1290 Radio in Winnipeg. Hustler. Good morning, Andrew. Listen, I got tingles. What's it like for a Winnipeg guy to be at the Bomber Grey Cup Parade?
Yeah, Rod, it is 29 years in the making. It's still a little bit surreal, to be honest with you. We, of course, spent the weekend in Calgary. The scenes at the stadium afterwards were, unlike anything we've ever seen before. And now today, this city's going to get together downtown, leading through Portage and Main to the Forks. And we'll hear from the Grey Cup champs, and it should be a heck of a party before the guys go their separate ways for the off-season.
Well, let's just go in chronological order. I was following your coverage from the 107th Grey Cup, and you go every year, Andrew. What was it like having your team in it and win it? How was the party? How was the festival? How was the game? All that before we get to the parade.
Well, first things first, Calgary. As far as CFL stadiums go now, McMahon's a bit of a dump, to be honest with you. I'm not sure if they can do another Grey Cup there, but the festival, the Stampede Grounds, I'm not sure you could have a better spot to, have everybody come together and be a part of Grey Cup week. Doing with the Radio Row was fantastic. It continues to grow each and every year and was amazing. And as far as having the team, I guess that's my 12th Grey Cup. The only other time the Bombers have been in it was 2011. And I don't know whether it was the extra 8 years waiting, the fact of the way Mike O'Shea and Walters have built this team step by step to finally get this opportunity to play in the big game. But the anticipation was, exponentially greater than it was in years past. And there's a real connection between this Bomber team, too, and the fans, unlike anything I've seen before. So it was a dream weekend, Rod. Then to get to the game and see them dominate the way they did. Many of us, myself included, thought they had a good chance to win the game. But you're going up against a 15-3 juggernaut. You do not expect 60 minutes of beatdown like we saw on Sunday down in Calgary.
Well, you know what? It was over early. I really think when they fumbled early and Big Hill jumped on it. When did you realize that this was in the bag? Or did you ever? Until the end?
The moment for me, Rod, was in the fourth quarter. It was 27-12. So we're still talking about a 2-score game. And if you recall, Chris Strevler had a nice run of about 8 yards. And it seemed like one of the Ticats, jimmied his leg, which had been hurt. And he got up and was obviously quite angry. This wasn't an in-your-face, I just ran for 6 yards. He was yelling at the guy because he thought he'd taken liberties in the pile with him and got flagged for it. And then it was all of a sudden a 2nd and 17. And the next play, Andrew Harris ran over that Hamilton defense for about 25 or 26 yards to get the first down. And at that point, you thought, wow, even a field goal makes it an 18-point game. These guys are going to do it. And but we still needed to get to zeros on the clock. We've seen what the Bombers have done at times in the fourth quarter, even this season. So, it's the CFL. No lead is safe, right?
So the parade, do they hastily throw this together? Is there a TSN 1290 float? Is there a Hooters float? All my favorite Winnipeg things. Will they be represented in the parade today?
You know what? I don't have the details on whether there's a Hooters float. I'm sure the sports doctor will be representing well, though, somewhere downtown, maybe with some wings I can pick up before. Our Darren Bombing is going to be down there. I'm actually going to be back at Mission Control, sort of anchoring our coverage of it throughout the afternoon, hearing from all the guys. And then I know Nick Dembski and Strevler, a few of the other players, are going to come on the program afterwards and talk about getting to the top of the mountain. It's been a long time. We've been doing daily sports talk radio for over 10 years here in Winnipeg. And this is a first today, Rod. There's been a lot of firsts over the last little while. But, with what the Bombers were able to accomplish on Sunday and the party that continues here in Winnipeg today with official celebrations downtown, it's going to become that much more real. But I probably should have worn my Swami hat to come on with you today, shouldn't I have?
You nailed every single thing, Andrew. So, hey, puff your chest out. Because we're not right all the time, right? So when you are, you really got to hit a home run.
Well, full disclosure. We have a lot of fun going back and forth, talking Riders, Bombers. It's the best rivalry in Canadian sports, if you ask me. And when you came on with us, listen, part of this was having a little bit of fun, thinking what could be possible. But despite the fact that we did make people quite a bit of money hitting the Bomber money line for 3 straight playoff games, a lot of that was wishful thinking. But for once, for the city of Winnipeg and fans of the Bombers, their prayers were answered, and it actually came true. And I saw you talking about no more hashtag 1990. We'll have to deal with it, the Labor Day Classic and whatnot going forward.
Oh, I know. I can literally see it on all of your faces. Wade's, yourselves, Jordy from the Keg, and I couldn't be happier for you. And you know that I mean that. Now, just lastly, Andrew, before we get back, Abu is saying it's time to blow up the Bombers. Am I right in saying? Are you predicting that they should, or are you saying that they should?
In true Bill Belichick fashion, do it a year early rather than a year late. And this would be the time to blow it up. 33-year-old running back. What do you think?
Yeah,
The other question marks?
From my perspective, I mean, I guess football's different, right? I mean, this is not like you're signing in the NHL. Like the Blackhawks win the cup and you have to sign Brent Seabrook to an 8-year deal that in 1 or 2 years might be really difficult to handle for the franchise. They've got a ton of flexibility going forward. I mean, first things first, they got to make sure what's happening with the coaching staff. Everyone would love to see O'Shea and LaPolice stay. I'm not sure that that's realistic, but the foundation of this football club is far greater than any one player. It's what these guys have built together over the course of 6 years to get to this point. I think you'll see, some players return, but we could see plenty of turnover. Biggest question, I mean, you start off with the quarterback situation. They're all free agents. We're going to talk to Chris Streveler on the show later on today. I would imagine the Bombers would love to keep him in the fold. And whether it's Matt Nichols, whether it's Caleros, whether it's somebody else, have that, again, a guy that's, excels more in the downfield passing game. And then you got a human battering ram that you can throw in a mix. Defensively, I mean, would you love to see Willie Jefferson back? Absolutely. Adam Bighill's got another year or two on his deal. So we know whether it's 1-year deals, we know what happens in football. If you can't play, you're gone. And I think there'll be a lot of guys that'll get an opportunity to come back and try to run it back as a group. But if, like we've seen weekly in the CFL, it's a cold, hard business. And if you're not getting it done, there's somebody ready to go and take your place. So that's kind of the way they've operated. But there has been a lot of continuity and consistency in this group really for the last few years. And I would be surprised if they blew it up, if you will. But hey, if they can make the team better and give them a better chance to win, that's Kyle Walter's job to do. And he's shown that he can do that.
Andrew, you rock. Thanks for fitting us in. I appreciate it. Enjoy it for all that it is, man. And let's keep in touch throughout the winter. Very happy for you guys.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Just a real quick shout out to the Rider fans. There was a lot of really classy words for the Bomber Nation after the Western Final. And as always, they were hit it Grey Cup week. And it was really great talking to them. And honestly, from talking to a lot of Bomber fans, for all the L's we took in the Labor Day game in the past, it was pretty cool, and it speaks a lot to the character of people on the prairies and what makes that rivalry so great.
Hey, should I refer to you as Hustler or Andrew? Which do you prefer, by the way?
Hey, we're boys. You can call me Husky. I'm ready for that, Rod. Hey, you're the boss. You can call me Andrew. You can call me Hus. You can call me whatever you want. Just make sure you call again, Rod. I love being on with you.
Perfect, buddy. All right, have a great day. Enjoy it.
Take care.
You're watching Rod Pedersen On Demand. For more of The Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.